Ginger Whitehead is with us, and she is with...
the Ashtabula County Covered Bridge Festival.
Right. Are you the director of this year?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I was kind of surprised because you've had some medical issues, so are you all ready to go back to work? I mean, this is...
Well, I mean, I'm in the middle of things. I already had mastectomy, and I was supposed to get my port this week before festival, but we put it off, and I'll be getting my port and starting chemo sometime after festival, within a few weeks.
Okay.
So I'll be in and out of the office some.
Do you have other people helping you, hopefully?
Actually, right at the moment, not good for her, but very good for the festival. My twin sister
I was just about to ask.
laid off, so she has been in the office helping cover for me. Betty Morrison's been coming back
Okay,
and
yeah.
helping, and other board members, when they have time, come in and help cover the office while I've been in and out of the hospital recently.
Is this your third year?
This is my second
Second
year
year?
directing, yeah.
Okay, that, yeah.
Last year when you tried to catch up with me during festival, I was running around like a chicken with a
Oh,
You
yeah.
couldn't even get me to stop long enough to do an interview.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what I was doing.
At one point you said, see my sister, she looks just like me.
Yeah, I think I did.
We have to go to another break fairly quickly, but I wanted to find, first of all, it's downtown Jefferson this time. What precipitated the change from the fairgrounds?
We've been talking about it for years now. The merchants and the mayor and everybody wanted to have it downtown. And the craft vendors especially didn't like people having to pay to get on the fairgrounds to come and see them.
You know, that was the biggest drawback I ever heard about it.
And-
I imagine
and
you
that
had
was
to pay for the
rental of the
facility, right?
fairgrounds, yes.
So, I mean, that was a necessity, but I heard a lot of grumbling about that.
And that was one of the main reasons. But we think that being free this year is going to have a lot more people. You know, we want everybody to go out and visit the bridges, but we can't
Right.
put on the festival if we don't have the central festival with the crafters and
Sure.
all that. So we're hoping everybody will take some time to come downtown and visit the crafters and buy some food from the food vendors. And
There's breakfasts and lunches and all that kind of stuff.
the Methodist Church is doing the pancake breakfast for us this year.
Right, on Saturday and Sunday.
Both days, yep.
Right.
And they're hoping to do it outside. The weather looks like it's going to be gorgeous, so
Yeah, Saturday
should-
looks like it's not going to be quite as warm, but Sunday,
yes. And cool is fine. People don't mind
well, yeah, it's fall.
cool weather in the fall. Friday for setup, we may get rained on while we're setting things up, but that's not a big deal. As long as Saturday and Sunday are nice and no snow,
Right.
we're good.
One thing, though, is it doesn't seem like the leaves have turned that much.
They haven't here. My sister was posting pictures in Pennsylvania. The color's a lot better back there. I don't know if it's because of the
I don't
amount of
think
rain
it's-
we got. Or...
I don't know for sure, but it seems like the leaves change after you get like the first frost. It really gets cold.
Sometimes, yeah.
And it's 70 degrees or up 60s
Hey,
or whatever.
we're not complaining.
No, I'm not
We're
going to complain about
that at
that.
all.
But it is a happening thing. Last year I did. In fact, I wanted to show some videos from that. I was going to show when Penny was. We got to talking, but she was going to be leaving a little early. I was going to show some videos leading up to your being here, but that time went right out the window.
Well, I heard her talking about it, so thanks for
Yeah,
mentioning me in the first segment too.
Yeah. But maybe tomorrow or whatever we can give people an idea, because there is stuff and it's happening all over
Yes.
at all the bridges and stuff.
There's a couple bridges that don't have anybody. Middle Road definitely doesn't have anyone set up at it, and we may have Mechanicsville open.
Oh.
The Young Marines couldn't get enough help, and they're trying to get some help, but they may not be at Mechanicsville Bridge. So a few things have changed actually even since the tab was written.
Oh, okay.
Some of the bridge chairs have changed. I heard you mentioning the Indian tribe that has been at Root Road for
Right.
several years. They're not going to be there
Okay.
this year. They have somewhere else to be. But there's still a lot of things going on at
Okay.
most of the bridges.
And Middle Road may not be there, but there are two other bridges nearby.
Yeah, Creek and
State.
State both
Right.
have people at them.
So let's take a break and we'll get into the 9 o'clock hour. We'll get into Covered Bridge Festival in full force here.
All right.
We are talking about the Covered Bridge Festival that starts Saturday, and both days it opens at 9 a.m. It closes at 5 o'clock on Saturday
And Saturday and Sunday.
and Sunday. Okay. So the fact that it's going to be downtown Jefferson, it's got some advantages. I mean, I just noticed, first of all, it's kind of nice to have the parade coming downtown, starting at the high school and going through the downtown. And they're having 1890s tours at the Jefferson Depot, that different things like that.
Yeah, and the downtown merchants have decided to do a sidewalk sale, so up
Oh.
and down Chestnut Street, they're going to have sales going on. They're all happy to get in on it.
Right, that'll be an excellent boom for the downtown merchants. So, well, give us an idea what's going to be going on during the What's the
Saturday, of course, the big thing is the parade.
Right.
And we moved it a couple of years ago to the afternoon after we started our Queen's Pageant program back up again, so that they can have the Queen's Luncheon beforehand, and then all this visiting royalty adds into our parade.
So all the Queens, like from the Grape Jamboree or whatever.
And all over the state, we've got people from Ohio Festivals and Events Association is the group that we belong to, and so we've got royalty from all over the state coming to visit.
Oh, now that's at ATEC, right? The luncheon.
The luncheon is at ATEC. It's just for the visiting royalty, and then they come over and help fill in the lineup for the parade. We've got some of the antique cars. A lot of them did not send us their parade applications, so I would imagine they're going to be in the parade but not being announced because
Right.
we don't know their names.
Right.
Then we have our local people that have been coming for years, like John King represents Abraham Lincoln. He'll be there both days, strolling
Right,
the
I
grounds,
see, yeah.
interacting with people.
He
It's
gets
really
his
cool.
picture taken a lot.
Yes, he does. And he loves to talk about history. He was a history teacher.
Well, yeah, I did an interview with him, and he used to be the director of a camp out in Austinburg, and I used to be a swimming instructor
Oh, really?
there. This was
Okay.
like 20-some years ago. And last year I did an interview with him, and he slips into being Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, he does. Very quickly.
So, and which is fine, except if people are watching it, they don't know, and all of a sudden he's saying, now in 1835, I learned, okay, wait, okay. Now you're Abe Lincoln, right? Yes, okay, all right, okay. So now he's portraying Abe Lincoln, okay.
But it's a very
It
cool
is.
addition to the festival. And like you mentioned, the depot is going to be open with their 1890s tours. We have strolling magician coming on
Oh.
Sunday, and on Saturday and Sunday, Scribbles and Giggles, who are local teachers.
Are they clowns?
Clowns, and they walk around and interact.
At first I
with
was thinking it
kids.
was that coffee place in Geneva, but
Oh,
that's
no,
Scribblers.
that's Scribblers Coffee. There's a lot of things going on all up and down East Jefferson Street. The mini bridge contest and scarecrow contest will be in the fire hall, and we're going to set up a display of the slate paintings that were donated to us last year. Carl Feather's done some articles and stuff on that. And we're also going to have a display honoring our volunteers.
Oh,
Some of the ones that we've lost in the last few years that have been helping with the festival for 30 years now.
so
And
tell me about those things at the fire hall, though. What's the first one there?
the mini bridge contest,
Yeah.
um,
You build them out of toothpicks or
you
something?
can build them out of whatever and display. They have to be brought in on Friday because they're judged Friday night, and then they're up with the ribbons throughout the weekend
Uh-huh.
for people to. And a lot of people have donated them to us after the festival, so we have several sitting around that we loan out to people.
Oh,
The one winer, I can't think of the name right now, that has some covered bridge wines. They borrowed one of our bridges to set on their table at a big show somewhere to
Oh, how about
advertise the
that?
covered bridge wines.
well, what kind of things done, like tongue depressors or what
Oh
do they
no,
have?
these are, some of them are 4 or 5 feet long, built out of plywood or wood.
Really?
But there's also kids that enter
Uh-huh.
popsicle stick ones.
Yeah. Someone probably about the size of that one in Geneva.
Not quite that big. But 18 feet would be a little hard to move around.
Yeah.
Down at the Giddings Park, we have a guy named Max Sprague who has a local, it's called Some Bugs. He has a Volkswagen Beetle.
Mhm.
He and a bunch of other people run this little car club, and he asked us if he could head up the car show this year because it hasn't been very organized. So we've got actual trophies for the car show. And then they're going to be at the fair, or at the Giddings Park on Saturday. Then they're planning a tour to go out and drive around the bridges on Sunday. And I'm sure we'll still have some at the fair. I keep saying fairgrounds. At Giddings Park.
Force a habit.
Yeah, it was there for a long time. We'll still have some of them that don't want to go out and drive the bridges
Right.
on display, but a bunch of them will be
That would be
running
a sight.
around to the bridges. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're out driving around Sunday, you might see a lot of antique cars.
Just one right after another. That would
Yep.
be. Get those video cameras.
Some of them don't want to go to the ones on dirt roads, so I'm sure they'll plan their route to miss the dirt roads because some of them don't want to ding up their paint.
Oh yeah.
But we also have the stage down at Giddings Park, and we've got all kinds of entertainment, several local guys. Fred Behringer will be the first one on Saturday. He's a local guy. Then we've got Mean Mary and the Contraries.
Yeah. So who's Mean Mary?
I heard about her from the Trumbull Antique Tractor Group when I was set up down at the Ashtabula County Antique Engine Club show.
So does she tell the audience, shut up and listen to us?
I haven't actually seen her in person. I've watched a bunch of her videos. She does a lot of bluegrass, but she does a lot of other kinds of music too. And she's doing one show on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. And then on Sunday, we also have Lyle Heath, who's a local guy who plays a lot of the wineries, so he has a pretty good following around here. And Sunday morning, a group from the Methodist Church, it's called The Way Home, I believe, will be leading our church service.
And that's at the Jefferson United Methodist.
Well, actually, they're going to be out at the stage in the park.
Oh, is that where they're going to have the service?
Yeah, that's where we're going to have the service.
Oh, okay.
We also have a local girl who's from the Conneaut area. Her name's Mickey Bort. She lives over in the Albion area now, I believe. Has a martial arts foundation, and she's bringing, I think, a bunch of kids, and they're going to do a martial arts demonstration at 4 o'clock on Saturday. So that stage is going to be pretty busy between the singing groups and some of the other things. Then at the end of the day on Sunday, we'll be doing the drawing for our snowblower, chainsaw, and weed eater that were donated by All Seasons Power in Jefferson. He donated us 3 items. That's our big raffle. And we will have our souvenirs and all the raffle items at the community center where the inside crafters are.
Okay.
But we've got over 20 outside crafters this year, so the park area beside the Methodist Church is going to have all the crafters that don't need electric. And then over in Giddings Park along the fence where there's electric running, the ones that need electric will be lined up alongside that fence. So that whole area is going to be
filled, yeah.
Filled up and hopefully very busy with lots of visitors.
It sounds like it. And for all the stuff that's going on in downtown Jefferson area, then there's things at all of the covered bridges. Not all except 2.
Yeah.
Right. Well, how many covered bridges? I can't remember.
We have 18 altogether,
right. So
and
16.
16 of them are manned this year. And they've got, several of them are Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and Cub Scout troops, and they'll have different food items for, most of them do it just by donation and raising money for their troops. There's some church groups have at a couple of the bridges. Smolin is one of the ones that a church group mans for us, and they sell our souvenirs, plus they also have stuff going on for whatever their organization is. And especially Liberty Bridge in Geneva, the little tiny one.
Right.
It's a tiny bridge, but that bridge chairperson, she's been going out and advertising on in the newspaper and everything that she wants vendors to come, and she's got entertainment lined up at her bridge. There's always a lot going on at Harper's Field and Smolin, of course, because that's
but the
still
Harper's
the
Field
biggest
one
draw.
is that's such a nice park. I
It is
keep
a
mentioning it,
gorgeous
and
park.
I've been there. They had the Christmas program there.
They do
Yeah.
a lot. The friends
Decorated.
of Harper's Field Bridge do a lot at that bridge.
And it's right off of I-90, and it's a good place. I was shooting video there, and you don't even have to look for something good. I'm shooting, and I'm not even paying attention, and all of a sudden there's this fisherman, and he's casting his line, and it looks like some Norman Rockwell thing.
Yes.
It's
a beautiful spot. Most of our bridges are in really pretty locations. I love State Road and
so that's
Benetka
about a couple miles from my house, so I go running down that a lot.
Oh, you do?
And one year, just before the event, it's now the Spanish Channel in Cleveland, Channel 61. It used to be, I think at the time, was a home shopping channel at the time.
Oh, really?
And they were somebody there shooting video, and I was running down through the bridge, and they were shooting video. And I don't know what for. I think at the time it was a home shopping channel, and I think that according to the FCC, they had to have like 1 hour of community programming where they're not hawking computers or something. And so I don't know if I ever appeared on that.
Running through the bridge. I know a lot of people like to ride their horses in that area too. I have friends who post pictures of riding through the creek or through the bridge.
And I keep mentioning that I belong to a bicycle group, but that's a nice way, because when you're on a bicycle, I don't know, when I'm in the car, it's, Route 84, it's Route 20, it's Route 11, it's I-90.
The quickest way you can get somewhere.
It's getting from here to there, and there's so many things that, Beaumont Camp, I heard of it, I knew where it was basically, but I never went by it, and things like that, and so a lot of the covered bridges that we would go across that I really hadn't been to before, and it's nice to do it on a bicycle.
It is. The doctor that I saw yesterday up in Cleveland, I was wearing another covered bridge shirt, and he said, "Oh, I go out there every year and ride my bike through almost all those bridges."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, you should come this weekend and check out the festival."
It is a good time to do that. Now, do the people that have the stands or whatever, the food and all that, the vendors, are they required to know something about the bridges, or?
Not really. We give them stacks of the tabs to pass out.
Okay,
and most of the bridge chairs that have been at the bridge for several years know a little bit about it. We've got a few new bridge chairs this year that might not know much about the bridge. But a lot of them want to get involved because they love the bridges and already know a fair amount about them.
Yeah, it's like when we're talking to Penny and she's talking about the different things that you can do and at the dancing and theater and stuff, is that people here, it's like the Statue of Liberty in New York. How many New Yorkers, I've never been to the island. We go there the first time we go to New York, and we're on the island and seeing the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island.
Yeah. It's my other job as a massage therapist. I'm always talking about the bridges. And so many people in this area say, "I've never seen most of the bridges," or in all these years, I've never been to the festival. We have people coming from all over the country for this event, and all these local people just don't go out and visit them. And it's, like Penny said, it's something you can do really inexpensively. A tank of gas and drive around. You don't have to spend any money, although during festival we hope to spend a little bit and support the vendors.
Right.
But it's such a beautiful area, and it's a shame that local people don't even know where most of the bridges are.
Yeah, that's right. It used to be, you had the Geneva Grape Jamboree one weekend, then you had the Conneaut Oktoberfest, and then you had the Bridge Festival. And unfortunately, a few years ago, they got rid of the Oktoberfest in Conneaut, so there's a week gap in there without a whole lot to do. But it's always, and it's the best time of the year to do that, because the leaves are turning. And, if you ever thought about being a photographer or you're looking for subjects, that would be a great thing, is to get pictures at every one and try to get something different at every one of the bridges. If you're looking for something different to do as far as visiting all of the bridges.
We actually have an idea for next year that maybe we'll run a contest on our Facebook page, that people can send in a picture of them kissing in each bridge, because they used to be called kissing bridges, and the first person to get all 18 bridges will win a prize or something. We're working on that for next year.
Does it have to be with the same person?
I would hope so.
Do they still do the calendar?
We do, every year. And so mostly we get pictures of the fall, because that's when most people come, but we need local people to go out and take pictures in the winter and the springtime and early summer, because when we make the calendars, we try to get to pictures to match the seasons, and sometimes it's kind of rough to get spring looking pictures.
Yeah. See, I should do that, because I'm close by. I'm out running around. I live on South Ridge in Con Ed, and I'm always out running. And I wish I had a nickel for every time somebody stopped me, and they've got a map and they don't know quite sure how to
Where
get
they're
to which bridge it is, or they've seen all the bridges and now how do I get to I-90?
Yeah.
But so I should get out there and shoot some bridges.
Yeah, and in the calendar every year we have instructions for how to enter the calendar contest. There's also a link on our website, which is coveredbridgefestival.org.
You lost somebody who was a big one when it comes to the calendar.
Yes,
Ardith
always had pictures in the calendar.
She always won.
Yep. She took very good pictures.
She
and
did,
She did
no
very
doubt.
good artwork. We really miss having her to ask to draw pictures for us now.
Yeah, when she died, I just remember all of that. I used to work with her at the Star Beacon, and she had this very droll. You didn't even know sometimes. All of a sudden, you realize she was telling a joke, and she all of a sudden she'd be smile would come to her face.
Yep.
So I don't. Whenever I think of that, so there's some big shoes to fill. If you tried it before, you didn't win because Ardith was so good. Now maybe you can try again.
And we need more people. It used to be we only allowed people to have 1 or 2 pictures in the calendar, but there have been some years we didn't get enough entries from enough people to do that, and some people have gotten 4 or 5 pictures in the calendar. So we'd really like more people to submit their pictures. It's only $5. You can submit 1 picture for $5, or you can submit 18 pictures or 20 pictures for $5.
So do you upload them, or do they upload them to you?
They have to send us actual photos for the judges to lay out and choose from. But then before the calendar, we like to get them in digital format to send to the Gazette to be printed.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea because it's very photogenic. And I suppose this isn't the best. Well, maybe it is to take pictures. Do you have pictures that were submitted during the Covered Bridge Festival, or are they usually?
We have had some. I don't think they get chosen that often for the calendar.
Right. Yeah,
people like to see the bridges and not all the.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get
right.
pictures during festival without a lot of people in
Yeah,
pictures.
that's what I was thinking.
And
you're not looking at the bridge. You're looking at what's that guy over there doing, and there's an Indian dancing.
A few people in the pictures, like one year the cover was a horse-drawn buggy going through the bridge with people in it, and antique cars, things like that. A few people in the bridge pictures fine for the calendar. The biggest requirement is that it shows the whole bridge. It can't be just facing down it or whatever. But all the rules for that are on the webpage.
Do people try to use their iPhones for that?
I would imagine a lot of people
so that's okay.
get pictures on their phones.
They're not, especially like the newer iPhones.
As long as they have a way to download them and print them.
Right.
They can take them to Walmart and plug in the card and print them off.
Right. Yeah, that's not too... I mean, everybody's got a phone on their camera.
On their phone.
They all have their phone on their camera. Whatever, right. But, and I find myself, because I've got 2 digital SLRs, but I find myself often not having them, but I always have my phone.
I was thinking, if you're running, your camera would be bouncing, but if you got your phone in your back pocket.
Right. Yeah. Well, and also I'm listening to music on the phone and everything else. I can show you where I got it all wet. Well, it's breakfast morning, so I don't think we'll talk about my sweat. And it doesn't do well with the iPhone. I got a little dark indentation on it from running with it. I had it in a case, but well, anyway, it still works.
Some of the other things I wanted to mention was that
let's get on to another topic here.
I'll help you out with that. The library is doing kids' activities for us this year. They're going to have face painting, I believe. They're doing sidewalk chalk painting, which Saturday and Sunday are both supposed to be like only 5% chance of rain.
Yeah.
So that should be a lot of fun for the kids. We gave them some kits that we got from Lowe's that they'll be handing out, little build kits. And of course the Rotary is going to be there with their bean soup in front of the Historical Society building, and they're going to be doing a historical display also, I believe.
That was just something I was going to ask about, because if there's anything tailor-made for the Historical Society in Jefferson, it's
the Covered
this.
Bridge, because Norma Waters is still on the board there, I believe, and she's really excited about it.
I used to go in there
downtown.
every week and looking around for stuff. I used to work at the Gazette for a while, and I did every week.
A lot of research
I
there.
had to do some historical stuff, and I would be there they were open on Fridays, I think. And I would go there.
And Norma and Doc have been very involved with the festival
Yeah.
for many years. He's one of the other ones that we recently lost that we're going to be honoring this weekend. We have a local lady who used to own the deli. She sold out to a lady that worked for her, but Kim Wright is going to be doing an apple butter making demonstration.
Oh.
And we think we're going to put her over by the Antique Engines. The Antique Engine Club show is bringing a bunch of engines up again. They always do.
Kids love that.
Yes. Oh,
Well, everybody does.
everybody.
But
Well, maybe the ladies don't. The ladies walk on up to the craft show and the guys
Right.
hang out and look at the engines. But it gives them something to do while the ladies are shopping.
we're getting a little sexist here, but when
That's
Penny
true.
when Penny was on, I almost asked, but I decided not to. They're having that craft. They're taking a bus to south of Youngstown on Saturday.
Yes.
Or Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, and maybe I'll ask this next week. Do men ever go to the craft thing?
Probably some do.
Or their wives make them. You see these stereotypes of the guy staying home with the beer watching the Browns and the women going to the craft show. But I mean,
I have to admit, I'm not that much of a craft show person. Taking over running the craft show has been probably the hardest part of taking over the festival for
Right.
me. But we've got some more help this year. A couple other people volunteered to help with the craft show portion of it, so I shouldn't be going quite as crazy this year as I was last year. And I've got another friend who's going to be holding me down, making sure that I'm not lifting and carrying too much.
well, yeah, oh, don't do that. But this is going to open up a lot, having it downtown like that.
It really is. The village council is behind us. They have added more electric down and around that park.
Oh, excellent.
And I think they're talking about adding possibly some more lighting down there before next year. And we're talking about possibly having a pavilion built. Not another gazebo because they have one uptown, but we'd like to have a pavilion down there so we don't have to rent a stage every year.
Right.
And then people could use the pavilion year round for
Yeah.
weddings and picnics.
Is the gazebo going to be used for anything?
No, because it's on the other side of Chestnut
Yeah.
Street, and they kind of wanted us to keep everything so that people aren't
Right.
going back and
all
forth
over,
across
yeah.
the road too much. Although there is quite a bit of parking. We're telling people that there's a lot of parking back behind the the new courthouse,
Right.
and if they
Yeah.
can't find parking around town, we're hoping most of the vendors, after they unload, will go park back there to leave the parking downtown for our customers.
Sure.
We put a packet together for the vendors, and in the letter we give them, we said, you know, if you can, after you unload, move over there, then people don't have to carry their stuff as far if you leave the parking out front
Sure.
for our visitors. So
Yeah, and the courthouse is not going to be open, so there won't
right,
be,
Saturday and Sunday it shouldn't be
except
a
for
big
a few
deal.
people maybe working for the sheriff's office.
Right, but they only take up maybe 4 or 5 spaces
Right.
of that on the weekends, I believe.
But even, you know, with the parking, I will tell you, I went to the fair this year, and I didn't get there as early as I did before, and I had to park
Way
a
back
distance and take that camera and carry it, and the parking, even if you're parking at the courthouse, it's a lot better than the great trek across the
Oh,
street from the
fairgrounds.
fairgrounds.
This is true.
And let's see what else. Anything? Who is the great Brad the magician? Do you know anything?
He was there last year, and I didn't really get to spend much time with him, but I heard a lot of good things about him, and he decided to come back this year. He was at the fair this year. He'd called me for a recommendation to send to the fair board, and I think they were happy with him. So probably a lot of people. He can do a stage show, but we're just having him work the crowd and walk around and interact with people.
And the pancake breakfast is rather long. Both days it's from 8:30 to noon.
Yeah, they started up, even the festival opens at 9, but they have some pancakes ready so the crafters can come and eat, get some breakfast before they have to be in their booth spaces.
That's a good idea.
And then people don't have to rush to get down there right at the beginning. You know, they can come anytime through the morning and have pancakes if they want.
What kind of things do you sell there? Is there like there's like T-shirts and that sort of stuff? Right?
Yeah, we have the calendars, of course,
Yeah.
and
so this is a 2016, or is it?
yeah,
Okay,
it's
that's
a 2016 calendar.
You're not going to give people a 2015 and then they
Yeah.
open it up at
Well,
home
we
and
actually
say,
still sell the old ones for $5 a piece.
Oh, all
because
right.
There's
Just for
different,
the
different
picture.
pictures, yeah.
Sure.
But the new one is 12. We have the new T-shirt, and those are our biggest items this year. We've got magnets and a few linen towels left. We actually had someone come in and almost wipe us out of linen towels the last few weeks. The big throw blanket has 17 bridges on it. We had it redesigned after Smolin was built, but we didn't redesign it after Liberty. But it's very
All the bigger
nice.
bridges are on there.
And lots of little odds and ends.
And also you can get a map there if you want to drive the...
Yes, we have tour maps available. They're in the tab that the Gazette made for us, which they also made us this really nice little map of the downtown area, which we have
Okay.
on the web page and on our Facebook page. We've posted it. Maybe I'll pin it back to the top. I had the schedule pinned to the top of the Facebook page, but I think I'll pin the map up to
Right,
the top
that sounds like a good idea. So
for
you
the
just
next
go to-
few days.
To the Facebook page and go to Covered
And
Bridge
see,
Festival.
it shows what events are happening at the community center, the historical society, at the library, the fire department, at the park. And they even marked out areas where there's public parking so that out-of-towners can hopefully find some parking around there. There's a fair amount of public parking back behind the library,
Sure.
back Wall Street, a
The
few
bank,
other
the
areas.
historical society.
Some of the churches, Sunday morning, we're hoping not too many people block in the churches, but a lot of them Sunday morning don't come out till after church anyway.
Right.
But there's a pretty decent amount of parking around downtown.
I mean, compared to some things that were...
And we're looking at maybe next year finding out who owns where that box company used to be.
Oh.
And maybe we can, if we can get either someone with a train or somebody with a carrier of some sort to haul people back and forth, if we can get permission for people to park down there. It's only like a block down past
Right.
the park. And that would give us a lot more close parking that's, you know, as long as we get permission from them, hopefully we'd be able to use
Yeah.
that space.
Well, you'll know after this weekend
Yes.
how much of a demand parking is going to be.
We are hoping that everything will go well. We know with a move, there's probably going to be a few things we didn't think of yet. But I talked with the people who ran Jefferson Days for years and got a lot of information from them about how they did things.
Mhm.
They were very helpful.
They don't do that anymore.
It's down to one day, and this last year it got rained out badly.
Oh. Because it seems like, I can't remember for sure, but it seems like that was always held like when there was like 19 other things going on. And maybe it's just...
I don't know, but I know it used to be 2 days, and we used to
Yeah.
always have a booth set up for both days. This year we set up a table in front of the mini bridge, but it poured so hard.
Right. Yeah, well, at least, you know, with this, with so many festivals and stuff, okay, Great Jamboree's great, you got to go to Geneva.
Mm-hmm.
D-Day's great, you got to go to Con Ed. Whatever in Ashtabula, they don't have the multi-fest anymore, but they have other things. You have to go to Ashtabula. This,
It's all
all
over the county.
over the county, you're gonna. There's something going on 2 miles from my house. There's something going on 3 miles from my house. There's something going on 3 miles from my house the other way. And I'm sure that's like that way for a lot of people.
Right.
But you
Even
know,
clear down in South County at Riverdale Bridge,
Yeah.
and Wiswell Bridge, they've got a lot going on down in Windsor. The whole town seems to get involved, and they have this big thing going on.
I was biking a few weeks ago, whatever. I went through Windsor. It's the first time I've been through there in a long time. I always say Windsor's the other side of the world. We're here in Conneaut, and they're down
The
here.
other end of the county,
But
anyway.
it's kind of a quaint, interesting place.
It is. Very pretty area.
It is, definitely.
A lot of people think that's the prettiest of our bridges, too.
Yeah, it's... Although I'll tell you, that state road, I'm going to write a note to myself that when winter hits, we have a snowy day.
Go
Is
out
to
and
go
get
down
some
there
good
and shoot some pictures of
Yes.
it.
This year's calendar, I believe, it's a winter picture of State Road Bridge. That one, they're all very photogenic
Right.
in the wintertime. I love winter, and I love winter pictures.
You know,
They're my favorite ones when the pictures are coming in. I'm looking at all. I don't do the judging. We have other people do the judging, but I'm looking through and picking my favorites, and mostly it's the winter pictures for me.
I don't. Some people, as they get older, winter bothers them more. But it's like, well, that's an excuse. You don't have to mow. You can go in and you can
Yep.
read a book or something under a blanket. I don't know. So it's
It hasn't got to me yet. I'm getting older, but I still love winter.
okay. So the festival is this Saturday and Sunday. Both days it starts at 9 a.m. ends at 5 p.m. at in downtown Jefferson. There's a pancake breakfast till noon each day. There's crafters, there's car shows, there's a magician, there's tours of 1890s Jefferson Depot, the parade, and that starts at parade leaves the high school at 1:30, so it gets downtown about 1:45. Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
we figured it'll only take about 15 minutes because it's a short, quick route this time.
It seems like last year was a good sized parade, though.
We've got 30 some units listed, and we don't know how many more antique cars are going to join the parade that didn't send in paperwork.
One thing is that you get the politicians this time of year that.
We don't usually get too many politicians.
Really?
I believe for years the board didn't want it to be political, and they just
Yeah.
didn't allow them, so nobody
That's not a
even
bad
asks
idea.
anymore.
That's not a bad idea.
Especially because it's this time of year. We're a non-profit organization, and we're not politically affiliated, and we like to keep it that way.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But you can have your church service, you can have your picture taken with Abe Lincoln, John King, and you can ask him anything you want about Abe Lincoln, and then you count on your watch until he's using first person, and he becomes, you ask him about Abe
becomes Abraham
Lincoln, he
Lincoln, just
becomes
like
Abe
that.
Lincoln. Okay, do we have everything?
I believe I covered most of it. If you want more information, you can go to our website at coverbridgefestival.org, and we have a Facebook page that we've been posting a lot of information on. The schedule and the tour map are available on both.
Right.
And on the Facebook page especially, the bridge vendors who send us their information about what's going on to the bridges, like Graham Road Bridge, Carl Feather and the Barn Quilt Committee are hosting Graham Road Bridge again this year, and they're doing another dedication thing. I don't remember exactly what that was about. I should have written that down. But he's going to be signing his books. Oh, we also have his books about the covered bridges of Ashtabula County available in our souvenirs. But he's going to have them there and be signing books. And the Barn Quilt people will have information about the whole Barn Quilt Trail at Graham Road Covered Bridge. So make sure you come out to Pierpont. That's my town.
When my daughter was in Girl Scout a billion years ago, the Girl Scout troop, manned the covered bridge down there. And it rained like, we sat in, we had a minivan at the time, and doing it was just sitting in the minivan all day because it just poured.
We've had a few years like that. I've worked gates when it was snowing like mad too, but thank God this year is going to be beautiful weather.
Yeah. And if you think summer's still on, folks, this marks fall is here.
Yes.
One other thing before we let you go, you mentioned they're going to have the drawing at 4:45 for the snowblower, chainsaw, and the weed trimmer. So, are there places there that you can buy chances on those?
Yes, they'll be at the souvenir booth.
All right.
We have the raffle tickets for that. Plus, we'll also have another raffle table with. We've had several items donated. A guy who lives in Colorado now, that's from the area, took a pack of our postcards and he framed them. Really nice frames.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And he put some feathers from his chickens, which sounds really weird, but it's really pretty the way it's done, and some fur from his wolf into these frames. And he donated them to be sold together. It's two big frames, but he wants them to go together because it's all, the 17 bridges. We don't have a postcard for Liberty yet in these two frames. Right. So that's another separate raffle item, because the big raffle, the tickets are $2 a piece, or 3 tickets for $5. But all the other raffle stuff will be $1 a ticket. And we've got a lot of other items donated for that raffle. So we've got raffle tables and the souvenir tables, and then the rest of that community center building is full of crafters.
And I've been in that community center.
But we'll take the snow blower and the chainsaw and the weed trimmer down to the stage for that final drawing.
So there's stuff inside of the community center.
Yes, the community center, we've got 40 or 41 vendors.
For some reason I
besides
think it
us
was
in
outside.
there.
Maybe I didn't hear you when you mentioned that. Okay. Because there was a lot of room down there.
Yeah, but we don't have the whole building. One room had already been rented out for the day, so we don't have quite as many inside craft spaces, and that's why that area down by the Methodist Church is going to be full of outside crafters also.
Okay.
Which, since it's good weather, they should be happy with that.
I would think so. All right.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And hope to see you there. And
Yeah.
maybe I'll get to stop and talk a little longer this year.
Just see my sister. She looks just like me.
Yep.
All right. Ginger Whitehead about the Covered Bridge Festival, which is this Saturday and Sunday. And I tell you what, we got a little bit of time. I'm going to try to show at least one or two of the videos from last year. Some of the stuff is at the fairgrounds, and it's because it was last year. But to give you kind of an idea, maybe a little bit of the atmosphere of the whole event.